Hello. Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing out in the world today? So, I wanted to come along today and talk about, yeah, you know it, astrology. I'm just kidding, you didn't know it. Astrology, horoscopes, the stars. We're going to probably go pretty deep, but it's going to be short, don't worry. Okay, so when I was growing up, hi everyone, my name is Matt. I'm an activist, filmmaker, kind of dude. Check me out, actual activists um, on the net, and here I am on Facebook. Please share my stuff and like my stuff and be my be my friend. So when I was growing up, I never ever thought. I actually made fun of horoscopes. I was always on the cusp too. I mean, I still am, right? I'm October 23rd. But some would say that I was Libra, some would say that I'm Scorpio, which are pretty freaking different signs. And so I always thought it was just stupid. Different newspapers were saying different things, like you know about me, and that alone. And then I also always made fun of stuff like that, you know, crystals or whatever, like that hippie stuff, because I was more from like the city and suburbs and kind of life, and I never, those of you that have listened to me say the same stuff over and over. I didn't even know potatoes grew potatoes. I didn't know anything about much. I thought I knew everything, but the real stuff, like um, astrology and agriculture and the world that we're in, our bodies, our health, anatomy, and nutrition, and minerals, all these things are so important. And these things you end up learning on your own as a human in the world when you try. And the indoctrination, programming, upbringing, certificate education doesn't cover hardly anything. So horoscopes have started to fascinate me over time, having moved to the West Coast, you know, and on the West Coast, it's like yoga everywhere. Well, when I got here, it's different than where I came from. I moved to LA in 2003, and it was different than the East Coast. I literally thought LA was going to be like what I knew of New York and DC and stuff. It wasn't like that. I learned slowly but surely about in California, having lived all over the state and ended up going up to Northern California for grad school. I learned about hippie stuff. Hippie stuff being like um, crystals and tarot cards and divination things and horoscopes and astrology. And what's really fascinating to me is okay, so we got NASA. NASA's got a budget of like $60 million a day. They got a huge chemtrail program. I'm pretty sure most of the chemtrail stuff is NASA, BTW. But they have this budget to fabricate these falsehoods for us and give us these photos and tell us these lies about our skies while making lies in the skies with the the geoengineering. So the real truth is I don't really know what, but it's fascinating because the stars are always the same. The next year, even like a long time ago and into the future, the stars are always the sky clock, the sky map, the sky clock. It's always doing its same thing. It's really amazing and grounding. It seems not grounding looking at the sky, but it is. It's really grounding to get in touch with the sky. Where's your moon? Where's your sun? What's it doing? You know, it's amazing when the sun and the moon are in the opposite horizons on at the sunset and this and that. So the stars to me are for sure not what they say. They're not balls of gas billions of miles away. I would, I don't know, I don't have all the answers. I do, I can see a lie. I can smell a lie a mile away nowadays, especially as I've cultivated the intuition in my gut and what have you, which I encourage you to do. Talk to your gut, talk to your heart over time. I mean, for me, it took years, but now it's a different world we're in. Like we're in a totally different world than the world we grew up in. It's unreal. So I think things are happening a lot faster, and you can come into your intuitive capabilities really fast nowadays. So I encourage you all to consider yourselves to be very psychic and intuitive, and know that you are, and you are. You freaking are. Sorry. I mean, like, everyone is. So what's really fascinating about the stars is, okay, maybe they're not balls of gas, and maybe they're like, I thought maybe that Earth goes through these cycles, and every time that Earth ascends, and then there's a new Earth, this ascension has like a signature, a vibration, the ascension does, and then they help us along, each soul family of an ascended Earth. That's kind of just a theory of mine. Don't kill the messenger or make fun of me for that one, but I think it's kind of deep and cool. And so each star represents an Earth that has ascended, in my perspective, potential, hypothetical. Also, maybe it's just frequencies, like cymatics, like higher vibrations, and we don't really know how to comprehend it necessarily, but maybe they're like portals to higher vibratory places, because I don't necessarily believe in like planets, ding ding dong, but I do believe in different timelines and different vibrations, like, parallel existences on different paths of like frequencies, like bandwidths, like on a radio station kind of thing. I don't really know exactly what's going on, but there's more to hear than meets the eye. So anyways, whatever the stars may be, they line up, and whatever the planets may be, wandering stars, they line up, and then boom, we're born, right? And we have our birth charts and stuff like that. And again, I was making fun of this, believe me, you. So if you're watching this and you're like, I'm gonna change the channel, just chill, man. Like, I was you. Trust me. I know all about it. I'm not saying you have a beer belly, but I had a beer belly. I would totally make fun of people like me. I would not wear a cool tie-dye shirt like this, which I now wear. I rock it like it's cool. I like it. I think it's uplifting energy, whatever. I'm not going to explain myself to you guys. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, so check it out. Everybody has their own little birth chart. And it's like, where was the sun? Where was the moon? Where was everything right when you were born, at that time that you were born, and in that place that you were born? And I never thought that it would be so cool, but I've started to look at mine, and I've started to look at other people's. So it's easier to start off, because looking at yourself is hard, because it shouldn't be, because we should know ourselves really well, but judging oneself is like one of the deepest things that you'll ever do with your life. And when you go inside and really refine yourself, that's part of being like a spiritual being on a destiny towards, ascension, like everyone is here. But either way, so check it out. Everybody has a unique signature, and it starts at birth, and they came in to this place and time on a quest of some sort, whether it's to, be a good or bad person or whatever their quest may be, but they're on a mission. And I think that everyone's birth and stuff matters. So I think focusing on like, pick someone in your life, your mom, sister, brother, your ex-girlfriend, current mate, partner, anybody, a relative, someone that you know really well, and be like, what's their birthday? And then, be like, okay, they're a Scorpio or a Cancer or, whatever it is. For me, certain kind of energies are coming into my life at certain different times. That's why I'm analyzing the crap out of it. That's why I'm sharing it with you. It's pretty interesting, fascinating. Where are we at, 9 minutes? Okay, I'm only going to go like 5 more minutes, don't worry. So, because I know this isn't that interesting, but it is kind of. Okay, so here we go. I mean, what I'm saying is I don't want to make this video too long, because people don't listen to long videos or watch long videos anymore, sadly. And I'm going to start to do more of these. I'm going to figure out some sort of format. I don't know if I do one every day. Am I going to be seen less or more or what? But we're going to figure it out. It's going to be fun. So, I got this here book. Not promoting the book or anything, but it's a thick book and it's got every day of the year in it. And it's something. I'm going to just randomly pick a page. I flipped here to July 14th, the day of the convincing storyteller. Cancer, and it's got 2 pages of explaining the July 14th person and what kind of personality traits they have. It has advice, it has a quote, meditation quote. After all, you are everything that happens around you. What else do you know? Okay, that's a weird meditation quote. But anyways, it's not like 100% perfect. Everyone's like falls, and it's not like that. And that's what puts people off usually, is this the myopic mindset, this narrow mindset of like, everyone born in October is definitely not a freaking uh, Scorpio like sex fiend dude or whatever. It's like, okay, yeah, I get it, right? It's like not everyone has the exact same traits and whatever, but there's similarities, and how you interact with the world and how the world interacts with you involves the astrology. That's what I'm saying, and that's what's kind of interesting and important. I attracted a whole bunch of Taurus people into my life. It was like ding, 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 ding. Then I kept having to learn some lessons or something, and then like the energy kind of cleared, and then a different kind of energy like started to kind of flow into my life, and it was just like I started to realize it was noticeable, and there's no coincidences nowadays. Everything's really energetic and synchronized, and more than ever. And the powers that be, they know that, and they're like, okay, on this day we're going to do this, and because of this, and they look at the astrology the whole time while making fun of it in the media and trying to convince us that it's nothing to look at, and then giving us fake CGI photos of what it isn't. You know what I mean? So the occult knowledge definitely bodes well for the understanding of and like if you can comprehend this to a deeper recognition, it helps you on your journey. Trust me. I don't know how to best say it. So pick someone in your life, analyze them, and be like, oh, interesting. I didn't really realize that person was a Leo, and Leos tend to act this certain way. And also, during their sign or whatever, during that time of year when it's their birthday coming up or whatever, they tend to embody those elements more. It's fascinating. It's just something. Not everyone does. Some people are unaware of it. Some people are aware, and awareness is the first step. It's like you don't want to just have your shadows or your anything and then just bury it. That's stupid. You want to shine light on everything and be aware and know what you are and who you are and where you're at and everything. It's like, why not? Why wouldn't you be, understanding the experiential existence that we're having? It's part of being who we are and getting out of here and raising the vibration with everybody together so we can make a better earth is what I mean. So when there's a full moon, every time there's a full moon, it's in a different part of the sky or something. I don't really get this one exactly. I'm still learning this one. So either way, each full moon is like in a sign, like Scorpio or Sagittarius or Cancer or something. And if you are a Gemini and the full moon is in Gemini, it seems to impact you. I've known Geminis that seemingly are very impacted by a Gemini full moon. So it's like knowing people's signs and their full-on star chart and their little birthday book stuff and stuff and things, and not using it as a freaking crutch. None of that hippie BS, right? Like actually just understanding it. And maybe even understanding, like seeing someone on their level better and having it be a beneficial thing, but not like, oh, yeah, oh, you're Scorpio because, oh, now your Gemini side's coming out or whatever. F all that stuff. That's BS. But like honoring it and being like, oh, well, like actually me and you are the same sign, and that or we're both water signs, and that means we both like these things together. Maybe we should do these things together, or whatever it means to you, whatever you can get out of it. You know what I mean? So I promised 5 minutes, and it's coming up to 15 minutes, so I'm going to end this video. I think everyone kind of can feel what I'm saying in a way, depending on your life journey and where you're at this current juncture. it'll mean differently what I said. But I do think that as time goes on, and it's like, why do they chemtrail the sky? Why are they like lying to us about everything? It's like there's a connection to the sky that we all need and deserve and should love and honor and appreciate and pass on to the next generation, because the light in their eyes, they know that there's more than meets the eye. So we should honor that, honor them, and, honor the spiritual quest that's within us all. Much love to everybody, and thanks for all the support, and thank you, Facebook, for letting this live stream happen today. Gratitude for everyone and everything. Peace and blessings.